Hey, yo, 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 what's going on? What's going on? Happy Labor Day to everybody listening today. Come on in, tell a friend, tell your mama. It's about to go down. This is my very, very, very first live, and I'm doing it by myself until somebody comes and helps me out. One of my friends, one of my constituents, one of my people. I just want to say thank you for those who aren't joined yet that are going to join. Let's go ahead and get this thing rolling. I'm going to go ahead and jump y'all off. Give me a second.
How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we say fuck this beat shit and grab them clappers? How long before we lose our voices shouting Black Lives Matter? How long we gon' keep letting them disrespect our president? How long we gon' keep letting them terrorize our residents? I'm sick of this shit. It's word to Bernie Mac. How long before we police ourselves, take our own streets back? How long for Uncle Tom here and hate on this shit? How long before they take a shot at me for making this shit? How long I gotta wait for justice for Josiah Shaw? How long we gotta fake it till we can take it and whack 'em all? How long we not gonna make these youngers pull their pants up? How long we gonna keep letting them shoot us down with our hands up? How long we gonna keep killing our own and making these streets hot? How long will what I say to you stay with you when the beats stop? How long's your attention span? How long you watch the news? You ain't down to shake shit up with the rebels for the cause? I ain't talking to you. How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long we gon' continue to march and be all talk? How long we gon' keep letting them outline us and chalk? How long before we do better, expect better, and get it? How long we gon' keep letting them think we all ignorant? How long before we expose their white supremacist views? How long we gon' believe every excuse they report on the news? How long can they use the black president as a dismissal? Like racial inequality is not even a real issue. How long before we quit acting like junkies? We built this country. How long before they know you ain't a watermelon eating monkey? How long must we continue to lose lives by guns and knives? How long before we take our baby mamas and make them wives? How long before we hold them accountable for treating us like animals? How long before we set the example and take what's tangible? How long will you be complacent with dealing with all this hatred? How long? Cause I'm sick of this waiting. I'm getting impatient. How long, man? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long we gon' keep waiting, y'all, before we get it together? How long before we will look to ourselves to make it better? How long before we go back to caring for the community? How long before we stop showing buffoonery and show more unity? How long before we stop marching, protesting with no results? This country's foundation was resulted from tearing shit up. How long before we become more strategic, make them believe us, get them tactics up? They ain't bagging up, and we ain't either. How long before there be another murder, they out to purge us? How long before the black and the brown wake up and merger? How long we divided while everybody united? In the past wars were won when people got fed up and collided. How long we continue to let them corrupt the art form? How long I gotta wait for justice for Daniel Hawthorne? Trump be Hillary visibly with white supremacy. How long will they continue to destroy us beyond politically? How long, man? Before we start the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep
All right, y'all. What's going on today? Happy Labor Day to all y'all, man. How y'all feeling? I hope everybody's good. At least two people that's up in here with me right now. I'm good with them. Thank you for coming. Go ahead and tell a friend, take your mama, your cousin, your brother, even your enemies, man. It's time to chop it up. Time to talk about it. I do want to apologize, man, because I was supposed to do this shit weeks ago, but of course, life does happen. So now I'm here. We're gonna go ahead and chop it up. You know what I'm saying? Shout outs to my man Big Vi, you know what I'm saying, who actually inspired me to go ahead and get this channel rolling. My man Sir Miguel, who called me the prophet. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all of that. So now we finna get into it. We finna do this shit a little different because I don't believe in not showing myself. So we're gonna go ahead and show myself. You know what I'm saying? As you can see behind me, it says think. It's not illegal yet, okay? And I mean that shit. You know what I'm saying? Thinking is not an illegal art form. It's a process that we've got to start doing in order to make ourselves even be sane in this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So, use your brains. Let's put on your thinking cap. Now, we're sitting here and I'm, I got a scroll going on at the bottom, you know what I'm saying? And, I believe in this shit. You know what I'm saying? I do believe that, RICO and all of that shit is now being used as a tool. You know what I'm saying? The government, and I'm asking questions, but I'm putting periods because these are statements, and I'm gonna read it out to you so you can understand. Is the government now using RICO as a tool of persecution and public humiliation? Or is it laziness and incompetence? People who really blindly follow the media. All right, so let's get it. So about, I won't say, we're going to talk about it for real. 5 years ago, man, when they went and kidnapped, my boy R. Kelly, the king of R&B, off the streets, and, charged him with a RICO by his damn self, that was hella confusing to me because I look at shit like it is, RICO was always for the mafia. RICO was always for, organized crime, and when his lawyer at the time, Steve Greenberg, came out and said they are manipulating the RICO statute, that was absolutely true. And then you have on top of all of that, within the midst of all that, Michael Avenatti coming out and letting us know that whether it's Trump, whether it's R. Kelly, 90% of it is bullshit. Okay, so we fast forward, and Robert Sylvester Kelly's been locked up, and R&B music has been locked up in jail for approximately 5 years almost at this point. Maybe more, maybe less. You look at, the statement about 90% of it is bullshit. I don't know how many people out here are pro, against Donald Trump presidency or just Donald Trump, period. I got my own opinions about that. But what I do get an opinion about is this. Whenever the government feels like that they want to grab you and put you through some shit, whenever they want to feel like they want to, when they ain't got no doggone case on your ass, basically what they're going to do is they're going to go ahead and hit you with a RICO charge. Basically what that does is now I'm not going to have to defend myself against what I'm charged with. I'm going to have to defend against this person that comes up on the stand and just says, oh my God, he was an asshole. He knocked my drink over and spilled it in my lap and didn't wipe it up. And now you got all of this bullshit going on because now your entire life and your personality and your makeup of who you actually are as a human being is on trial. And nobody, I repeat, nobody should have to go to jail for being an asshole. Okay? Nobody. There's no law against being an asshole. We got to come full circle with this shit because we got all this soft shit going on. This soft shoe. I want to accuse people of anything and everything, and I want to wait until the person probably don't even remember who the hell I am. Now we look at this Donald Trump situation, man. Let's just be real. Let's just be all the way fucking funky because a lot of times we don't keep it real with ourselves, man. And now it seems as if since the mugshot situation, he's now gotten a little bit more cred than he had in the past. You know what I'm saying? He out here telling you people, hey, I ain't gonna be able to go to Idaho because I'm gonna be out here on bullshit at these courts. And those are all damn near exact words that came out of his mouth. We look at all of this shit. We And a lot of people, and I know people myself, there's people in my life, people I love, that blindly follow the media, and they'll spit out every fucking thing that the media says. Oh, well, yeah, he's racist. Where in the hell did he? I ain't never heard him call nobody a nigga. I ain't never heard of him systematically holding people back. Now what I have heard of is, the fact that the Democratic Party has made promise after promise after promise after promise after promise. And if you close your eyes, what do you see? Nothing. Okay? You see nothing from the Democrats. I've never considered myself a Democrat or a Republican because I always thought that it was BS. But at the same time, I can look clearly and see an actual persecution of a man based off the fact that everybody feels like that they don't like him. Now, or the vast majority or the popular majority, which happens to be, I guess, political people or people who feel like that, people shouldn't say what's on their fucking minds, and now, we got to shut him the hell up. It makes no sense to me that in the midst of an election campaign that the biggest competition to the president is being indicted. That shit's crazy to me. If you really want to embarrass the man, whoop his ass in the election, then throw his ass in jail. If that's what you want to do. If that's really the game, if you're really trying to make a point here and say, okay, this motherfucker full of shit, we didn't steal the last election, do what you got to do, prove it. If back in the day when I was a kid, if you beat somebody on the court, whoop their ass, what I'm saying? I'm talking about, or it was a close game or whatever the hell, and they're like, oh, you cheated and you was fouling and all that shit. Okay, well, run the shit back. This is the opportunity to run it back. This is the chance to show, that you actually did win, and the people do like you, Joe Biden, and and the people do like Kamala Harris and all this good shit, and we're not, the thing about it is that when it comes down to all of these RICO charges and all of these things that we're getting handed out and everybody's not familiar with but seems to be cool with, these are the things that set precedents in our world. Okay, so any of us, if they really want us, they could literally tie us into a RICO, depending on who the fuck we know. We could actually know somebody, one of our homeboys, and some shit that's out here doing some shit they ain't got no business, and we might have been over their house or whatever the hell, and next thing you know, you in a RICO charge because they want to get them. Or, they can throw you in a conspiracy charge just because you might have went over somebody's house, smoked a fucking blunt. That shit ain't cool. The shit's not right. And our government, the Fannie Willises of the world who love to use RICO, which shows me that your ass is lazy and you're not trying to charge a person for what they're charged, what you want to charge them for. It's not against the law to complain. I don't understand how the fuck you complained. Hey, I think I over your feelings. I feel like an election was rigged, and I feel like that somebody needs to do something about it. I feel like the people are not listening, and I'm expressing that shit to them. No one put a gun to anybody's head and said, hey, change any fucking thing. So, and this is not me being, and I just want to keep it 100 because people get in their fucking feelings. I'm not saying that I'm supporting Trump, like I'm gonna go out to dinner with Trump, but I'm for the right. It's about what's right, and it's about what's wrong. If you have to really look at the fact that you got people out here in this world that really do believe still in right and wrong, not just about how you feel, because how you feel is not necessarily right. It's not necessarily correct to say, oh, just throw them in jail and lock them up. Because what if they said that shit to you? What if that's now the precedent that's been set? And anytime you piss somebody off, you make somebody mad, you can just go to fuck to jail. I mean, this is not the way that I thought this was America. I really did. But it is. This is America. This is the America that Black people were kidnapped into. This is the America that was doing voter suppression back when Black men were given the right to vote and Black women weren't. White women weren't. Voter suppression and it's all been happening the whole time. Okay, I would safely say this, that they use these laws and they set precedences with people to see how far they can go. Because you give them an inch, they're gonna take a mile. So you give these people the opportunity to charge an R&B singer with a RICO by his damn self. No one else. Never been done fucking before. Okay? Never been done before. So now that they've actually broken through that plateau and that fence now they feel like, okay, well, fuck it. We can go ahead and do some other unprecedented shit, and we can indict a president for complaining and pissing and moaning about an election, and we can RICO him too. So there is a whole lot of RICO going on, and I just don't understand why that is. It is a whole lot of RICO going around, and we gotta figure out what's going on, because at the end of the day, if it can happen to people just because you don't like somebody, it can happen to you just because they don't like you. And Black people, we need to understand that this world does not like us. This world is not about us. You know, I would safely say that it's dismissful as hell to call a man a racist. It's dismissive as hell, because what you do is you take people's mindsets away from what's true. You know, I'm not saying that I'm a perfect person. I'm not saying that Donald Trump's a perfect person, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, R. Kelly, the man in the fucking moon. But what we have to really do is we have to really understand what the people, our government, the people who we pay taxes to, are doing in order to circumvent systems right in front of our faces. We do have some control. That is why the song in the very beginning, how long, man? How long before we start up a movement? How long before we say, no, this shit ain't right? How long before we sit up here and we say, look, I'm tired of being treated like this. I'm tired of seeing other people treated like this. You know, and not be afraid of getting charged with RICO, which is what they would probably try to do because you're complaining. You know, now that's against the law. You know, you know, like I said, support or not, you have to, in this country, charge people for what they've done, and not play these damn games, because now we're into the scarlet letter. Now we're into that type of shit. Now that's what we're doing. Okay, we can just go ahead and ruin somebody's life and let that be the reason. Let that be the reason, because we don't like it, but it makes us feel better. You know, I was watching a video, you know, and like I said, I watch all type of videos, man. I mean, but at the same time, you know, you just have to call a spade a spade. You got to use your common sense out here in these streets. And there's no way in this world that one man is an enterprise. There's no way in the world that a man could walk away with boxes of shit from the White House, and it was wrong in the beginning, and nobody said stop. But now you want to raid his house and do all this fucking shit. You know, once we started getting into this type of shit, we're getting into, you know, we're getting into that one level of justice that we can't even quantify. It's very, very hurtful. It's very, very ridiculous for us to allow ourselves to be caught up in situations like this, where we go with this media model of, okay, so they said it on the news, it was on CNN, and we all know CNN ain't shit. We all know most of these media handles are agenda-based. But yet we sit here and we listen to this shit. Well, they said it and he's a racist, and, you know, well, they said it and he had girls locked up in his basement, or they said it and he touched people. Meanwhile, we can clearly see a president sniffing hair of young girls. But we elected him because he got the women vote, especially the Black woman vote, via Kamala Harris. And we were so interested and so gung-ho about making history that we don't even realize that all history is not good history. Slavery is a part of history. Is that good history? But yet, you know, we got a woman as our vice president that has locked up more Black men than you could count on 155 people's toes and fingers. But yet that's what we represent. That's what we wanted to represent us. And as you can see, 2 years in, she has done nothing for Black men. She has done nothing for Black women. So what we have to do is we have to make sure that we pay attention to what we're doing, pay attention to what we're allowing. Understand that the government is not our friend. For the most part, if you got somebody out here that's, showing that they are honest more so than everybody else, it just shows me that a lot of people are predicated to believe the lie. We'll believe the lie before we believe the truth, because the lie is always easier to swallow because it's padded with, it's sugar coated, it's padded with all type of bullshit. The truth is harsh, just like the truth of the fact that that we have a president, a sitting president right now, that cannot put a complete sentence together. He cannot read a teleprompter. He cannot walk up a complete flight of stairs without the whole world getting fucking nervous. This is what we're dealing with in our country. This is laughable. This is vulnerability at its finest. We don't look strong when we have a fall risk as our sitting president. That is not good shit. Our president is a fall risk. Our president is suffering from dementia. We have Mitch McConnell that is literally freezing right in front of people. And this is what we voted for, I would assume, because I didn't vote for none of that shit. I didn't vote for, we have a sitting president that will literally make a speech and tell you at the end of that speech that he's honest. Things that's understood ain't got to be explained, baby. And if you're honest, it's going to come out. So it is a whole lot of RICO going around. It's a whole lot of BS going around. And I do believe that we got the country has a lot of explaining to do to tax-paying citizens that pay their money and want for things to go a certain way. I want for things to go a certain way, man. I want for my daughter, man, when she gets my age, to feel more secure than I do about the state of where she lives. Whether or not, they just gonna change laws and, make shit illegal while making other stuff, the norm. Because that's where we are. Everything that was straight is now slanted. And we are in a situation where we have to be cool with it. We have to deal with it. We have to love it, like it, understand it, whatever the case may be. And, I feel like that's the consensus of the thought processes of those people who are, anti this or anti that or even anti-Trump. What you should be is anti-war. You should be anti the Ukraine and Russia fighting. You should be pro Russia, Ukraine, the United States, China, South America, Africa, and everybody being cool. Because if everybody's cool, then everybody's thriving and everybody is bartering with each other and everybody's making fucking money. So when we put ourselves in these situations where we are so cliquish throughout the whole world, that's what we want to do. We want to be in this clique. We want to be down with this person, down with that person. And, you can show an idiot facts right in front of their face and they won't give a damn because they stuck on what they thinking, and it's all emotional thinking. When you're emotional thinking, you are stuck in that thought process. You are absolutely stuck where you are. So in our best bet, what we need to do as individuals is actually listen to the facts, man. Make sure that we understand what the heck is going on, man. It's not illegal to think. Not illegal to think at all. Hey, her, what's going on with you? How are you feeling? Happy Labor Day. I hope you ain't doing shit. Okay? I just hope you're not. So, basically we just have to get our minds together. We have to show love. We got to love one another, man. We got to think. As you can see right behind me, think. It's not illegal yet, man. It's just not. But I do want to ask questions to the couple of people that's in here, man, just to see where their head is at. And I'm going to ask the question that I've been listening to. Did that mug shot from Donald Trump actually galvanize him a little bit? Or did that make him, what did that do? Did that make him more street? Did that make him more understandable or relatable towards black people? I mean, let me know, because I would love to know. Because I actually think that it kind of did. It kind of made him like, oh shit, he going through the same shit that we go through. It didn't make no sense to take his mugshot. I'd recognize Donald Trump if he was walking down my fucking street. So I mean, I didn't get it. A lot of stuff becomes malicious after a while. The humiliation. And like I said, we do have situations where, people are actually getting humiliated out here in these streets. Just because the government feels like that is the best way to exude their justice. And we can't do that shit. We got to. We got to make sure that we get the justice the right way, because if we just simply allow what happened over and over again that happened to R. Kelly, if that shit keeps on happening, we're gonna have a problem. One man Ricos, are you fucking kidding me? There hasn't been one before, there hasn't been one since. And there is no way in the hell that we should even allow for these things to even be happening on our watches, man. We got to do better. We really do. Hey, Sir Miguel, what's going on with you, man? For real. Sure, what is really good? I want to say hi to my few peoples that's in here. Of course, I do understand that I just got started in this shit. So there's going to be a lot of people that's going to have to hear me, understand me, feel me, like, share it, subscribe, tell your mama, tell your friends, tell your cousins, sisters, mothers, brothers, enemies, whatever. Your homies that's locked up, all that shit. I'm telling you. So we have to, just go ahead and be on our stuff. So, and like I said, I have some, I would say that Sir Miguel calls me, well, no, Muse Black actually calls me the prophet. Okay. Now, this shit is hilarious because, I just say what it is, man. I've lived this life long enough to know, and then in my 45 years, which is short, what I'm saying? It's a short amount of time on the earth, but in this 45, man, being well-traveled and, actually seeing a lot of things, I can sniff bullshit, and I'm not going to ignore the BS. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it because I'm doing myself a disservice at that point by not really expressing or even acknowledging what the heck is really going on. I mean, we have a lot going on in this world. We got a major, major, major election coming up, and we got to think, man. As Black people, we got to figure this shit out, because if you think about it, all your life, what Democrat has done a damn thing for you? You tell me. And I'm talking about even the blackest of the black ones. You got the blackest of the blackest of the blackest that ain't did a damn thing for a black person. Prime example, you got Kamala Harris running around in the White House, working from home and shit, taking a laptop out, ain't putting no clothes on, probably ain't washing her ass, sitting at the crib, ain't really doing shit. And she literally did an interview stating that she couldn't just do anything for one specific race. But yet she did pass a bill for Jewish people and for them not to be persecuted by anybody. We live in a world that now Black people who have been the most persecuted and the most beaten and the most, just fucked up out here can get canceled and accused of anti-Semitism. Now I ain't got no problem with Jewish people. You know what I'm saying? I love all people, but get the fuck out of here. I mean, shit. I've never seen the level of thin-skinnedness in my life. I mean, I just haven't. I don't understand how people can be so soft, so sensitive, and just on BS, man. They're just on BS, all in their feelings about everything. And it causes people to make rash decisions about emotional things that they really don't have to trip about. Taking on other people's victimizations, taking on other people's problems. We can't allow ourselves to just, we can be empathic, but we don't have to literally put on the ire and put on the coat of a person that is going through some shit of their own volition. People sometimes go through stuff that's well deserved, and they did it themselves. They did it to themselves. So why are we going to sit here and always advocating and for people who just don't have any accountability of their own? I don't understand how we can sit here and just allow for people to tell us shit, tell us stories, and tell us half the story, and we never ask, well, what did you do? How did you, navigate your way through it? Or, what steps do you think that you could have taken? We always want to place initial blame instead of gathering the facts. And, a lot of people work that way, in real life and everything. You got, jobs. I've recently dealt with situations at jobs where Black people, if it's a white manager, and I hate to say this, but it is what it is, but if it's a white manager and it's two Black people that's having a problem, they'll analyze and they'll try to see and get, well, we're going to get to the bottom of this, and they're going to try to, we're going to talk to this one and talk to that one, and we're going to make sure that we understand what's going on. But let it be a white person saying something against a Black person. What you think going to happen then? Your ass getting fired. What if it's a Black person saying something against a white person? What you think gonna happen then? Oh, your Black ass is getting fired too. I mean, so what we have to really do is we have to understand that we are in a situation where there is still systemic racism. There is still persecution. There is still people that aren't willing to do the right thing, that will sit here and try to make you feel like that all they ever try to do is the right thing. They'll lie to you and tell you that they're honest, right to your face, straight up, to your face. Tell you they're honest while telling you a lie. We got a hell of a situation. We got this weak-ass administration that we're dealing with right now. We got this we have this Department of Justice that is railroading anybody they can that got any melanin in their damn system so they can fund these privatized prisons. We got a lot going on, man. I mean, and the thing about it is that if we sit around and we just let mass media dictate to us how we should even think, we're in trouble, man. We're grown out here. We got to make decisions based off of factual things. We cannot sit here and allow for people to just make us make moves and make us go with the crowd, to go along, get alongs, and all of that, man. It's totally, totally not right. It's not cool. So on that note, I didn't want to be on here that long. Make sure you share this video because it will be up. Make sure that you come back because I will be back and I will be doing a longer one. I'm going to get my peoples together. I'm going to get my boy Big Val on this thing. I'm going to get my boy Muse Black. I'm going to get all my peoples. I'm going to get everybody. And I want to send some shout outs to the people who are here. You know what I'm saying? My man Sir Miguel is in the building, and yeah, we're going to chop it up too. You know what I'm saying? And truth be told, I'll go a little bit longer if somebody want to link. I will. But if that's the case, what I'm saying, we'll do a little bit, we'll do a few numbers here, what I'm saying. I'm representing for my boy Big Vi, that's out here working hard, we all hard workers, but I just want to make sure that, y'all understand where I'm coming from and where I'm about to come from. I want y'all to understand this. I'm an R. Kelly supporter through and through. I support that man. I feel like that man was railroaded. I feel like that he didn't get his due process rights, and it was straight up in our face. I feel like that right now they're doing the same shit to a former sitting president. Whether you like his ass or not. It's not about whether you like somebody, whether you don't like somebody. It's about pure, unadulterated justice. And until we can get to a point where it's justice for all and not just for those who feel like that you should get a certain amount of justice or get justice a certain type of way, it's supposed to be equal justice, equal protection for every single individual out here. And until we get that, we are going to be in trouble in our country. So on that note, I've been on here for 34 minutes and 59 seconds. I love y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? I love y'all to death. You know what I'm saying? If y'all, if y'all want to, man, share the video, subscribe to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Send it to your friends. Like, tell your mama, tell your friends, tell everybody. And we're going to get it in. We're going to continue to do this thing. Like I said, we got people in here to get channels that's great, and we're going to make it happen. Thank you very much, Sir Miguel, her, and Muse Black, you know what I'm saying, for coming in real quick. And I think it was a fourth person in here, but I didn't see him. I don't know where they at. But we finna get up out of here because I got some barbecue to go eat and I got to go see my little boo thing and shit. So y'all go ahead and do y'all thing, man. I'm going to go ahead and run my little cut back, man, because I like that shit. That's going to be my intro and my outro. Representing for Gary, Indiana, that's Pug and Joey Zah. The name of the song is How Long. I need y'all to listen to this again because this is real shit. And we're going to rotate on this one.
How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we say fuck this piece shit and grab them clappers? How long before we lose our voices shouting Black Lives Matter? How long we gon' keep letting them disrespect our president? How long we gon' keep letting them terrorize our residents? I'm sick of this shit. It's word to Bernie Mac. How long before we police ourselves, take our own streets back? How long for Uncle Tom here and hate on this shit? How long before they take a shot at me for making this shit? How long I gotta wait for justice for Josiah Shaw? How long we gotta fake it till we get taken and whack 'em all? How long we not gonna make these youngers pull their pants up? How long we gonna keep letting them shoot us down with our hands up? How long we gonna keep killing our own and making these streets hot? How long will what I say to you stay with you when the beats stop? How long's your attention span? How long you watch the news? You ain't down to shake shit up with the rebels for the cause? I ain't talking to you. How long before we start the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement?
Oh yeah, I'll be back.
Keep letting them
Don't
do
even
us?
worry about it.
How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long we gon' continue to march and be all talk? How long we gon' keep letting them outline us in chalk? How long before we do better, expect better, and get it? How long we gon' keep letting them think we all ignorant? How long before we expose their white supremacist views? How long we gon' believe every excuse they report on the news? How long can they use the black president as a dismissal? Like racial inequality is not even a real issue. How long before we quit acting like junkies? We built this country. How long before they know you ain't a watermelon eating monkey? How long must we continue to live lives by guns and knives? How long before we take our baby mamas and make them wives? How long before we hold them accountable for treating us like animals? How long before we set the example and take what's tangible? How long will you be complacent with dealing with all this hatred? How long? Cause I'm sick of this waiting. I'm getting impatient. How long, man? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long we gon' keep waiting, y'all, before we get it together? How long before we will look to ourselves to make it better? How long before we go back to caring for the community? How long before we stop showing buffoonery and show more unity? How long before we stop marching, protesting with no results? This country's foundation was resulted from tearing shit up. How long before we become more strategic, make them believers, get them tactics up? They ain't bagging up, and we ain't either. How long before there be another murder, they out the purges? How long before the black and the brown wake up and merger? How long we divided while everybody united? In the past, wars were won when people got fed up and collided. How long we continue to let them corrupt the art form? How long I gotta wait for justice for Daniel Hawthorne? Trump be Hillary visibly with white supremacy. How long will they continue to destroy us beyond politically? How long, man? Before we start the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up a movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us? How long before we start up the movement? How long we gon' keep letting them do us?